Hello, my name is Grumpy. Grumpy Eye. Grumpy Eye. Grumpy Eye.
So this is yesterday's ISC. It's called Tractor Factor. Jared, take it away.
Tractor beams have been a staple of science fiction for almost 100 years. They go all the way back to the work of Amazing Stories magazine and E.E. Smith's classic Spacehounds of IPC, the serials of 1931. They're a metaphor for all of science fiction in that they look to extend our reach beyond what's physical and bring that which we can only imagine closer and within our grasp. And while tractor beam gameplay already has a presence in the persistent universe, work is currently underway bringing its full potential into the hands and spacecraft of the Stanton system, with the next step forward happening in the upcoming Alpha 319.
Okay, yeah, so this is like the thing from the roadmap.
The current state of the tractor beam is already in a really fun and fitting state. Especially when the tractor beam was released, people got really creative with stacking boxes, creating obstacles for each other, or coming up with very interesting ideas of...
oh, it's this guy. Thorsten. I'm just gonna call him Thor. But Thor here was in a bunch of like ISC episodes in the past, like in the past like month or a couple of months, and I think I saw him in the Star Citizen Live.
Systemic multiplayer action, like who can destroy the ship and steal as many boxes, like team versus team situation, or you could even use the grabbed objects as harm, so snap them on someone else's person head and then make them the minimum unconscious. So tractor beams in live game currently are able to move.
Remember the PTU where you could do that in the armistice zones? That was fun for some of us. For most of us, it wasn't fun, but it was fun.
Cargo crates onto your cargo grid, so it's fitting the concept of you having a handgun that can do the box interactions. And
you still can? I can't even fucking log into the game, honestly. So what do you mean you still can?
There's still the grapple mechanic that you can use, so you can pull yourself towards ships or towards bigger objects, heavier objects, to traverse a bit easier in zero-G. The limitations are that it is very it cannot interact with any items yet. It's just there for boxes, for unconscious bodies or dead bodies.
Do you intend for it to be for unconscious bodies?
I think it's intended to be for unconscious bodies, yes.
I mean, as far as I know, you can just like toss anything that is physical or physicalized around the place because it's physicalized.
So where do we want to take tractor beams? We would like to introduce more variances to the
ship tractor beams? Question mark. The SRV should be done already, so we should be getting the SRV in 319, maybe, hopefully.
Yes, tractor beam that you're seeing. So right now you only have the multi-tool that has the tractor beam attachment. So we would like to have a dedicated tool, maybe even upgraded version to
oh my God, yes,
beam attachment. So you
yes,
might have
please.
Heavier lifting.
This is amazing. This is so good.
Tractor beam attachment for the multi-tool. So we would really like to dive into more meaningful itemization for the tractor beam and basically have it believable that you have a big tractor beam to move like very heavy and very big objects, rather than you just have your tiny handgun that you move like 36 square cubic meter boxes around or something like that. There's also the tractor beam in regards to the salvage gameplay. So you have on the salvage ships, like the Reclaimer and the Vulture, you have the functionality to pull in debris. And then in the future, once...
No. The reclaimer has the hand. It doesn't have a tractor beam, right? Don't give me a fucking tractor beam on the reclaimer. Please, just like use this hand like in every fucking promo video. Like in the last promo video for the Vulture, you can see the reclaimer. And it was using its hand. So
there's
what?
also the tractor beam in regards to the Salvage gameplay. So you have on the Salvage ships, like the Reclaimer and the Vulture, you have the functionality to pull in debris. And then in the future, once the Salvage feature is progressing, you will be able to munch those pieces and create like additional resources out of that. For vehicle tractor beams, there are basically two things that we would like to see. There's the concept of remote turrets. So something that its full purpose is to basically help the systems that the ship itself has. For example, on the Starfarer, a tractor beam that is able to bring in the mining pods from the prospector.
They have this already, so this is going to be in 319 probably, question mark? Copium? Hopium? Snorting? But like, what? This looks like it's functional already on their clients, so this could be potentially in the next patch, I don't know.
Or
Not for
detach
319?
the fuel pods from the fuel pod socket so you could exchange them. Or for example, for the hull variances.
Should I say that this is the Hull C? And maybe it's going to be released in 319? Are you going to say, like, not in 319 again?
For example, for the hull variances, that you have a remote tractor beam that is able to detach the cargo boxes from basically cargo holding plates on the Hull series ships. And then there's additionally the concept of the not remote tractor beam, but the fully like ship-driven tractor beam, if so to say, which is more the active one. So best example there is the SRV.
The SRV? What are you talking about? We have the SRV. Well, they have the SRV. But
best example there is the SRV, for example, that has its full purpose to be to tow ships.
Although, I must say, I'm not even listening to Thor at this point, but this beam looks awfully suspicious. It looks like it was added, or like the beam itself, like the graphics are not done yet.
SRV, for example, that has its full purpose to be to tow ships. So you basically have a stranded ship that you attach to and then
I might be wrong,
around.
I don't know.
But what we also want to have there is some ships might have an indirect remote turret or indirect remote version.
All right, let's listen to him this time.
You attach to and then move around. But what we also want to have there is some ships might have an indirect remote turret or indirect remote version of a tractor beam, which is more the, let's say, aggressive version. So it's more in combat scenario. You have a situation that someone tries to flee and you...
What does that mean? I don't understand that.
You just use the tractor beam to hold that person in place so that that person cannot escape, and you can actually pull it in to grab your bounty. An additional feature that we also see in the future is combining the beams. So you are able to, like, not only one player, once it attaches to a box, that only that player is able to move the box, but like have maybe people targeting the same box and fighting over the box, or even like the body, and then being able to move that around. Maybe even the FPS devices are so big that it is like you at least could be able to grab a small Aurora.
First of all, this gun looks amazing. This tractor beam, whatever gun. But if this is a multi-tool, and this gets like a size, whatever, 1, 2 tractor beam attachment. If this is a multi-tool, what is what is the medical attachment gonna look like, and what is it gonna do? Is it gonna like res hundreds of people in front of you, like fucking Mercy in Overwatch before she was fixed, when she was broken, where she went like just like res everyone on the team? Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Are so big that it is like you at least could be able to grab a small Aurora or Nox or something small. So it's like it makes sense that you are able to grab that.
It's specific tool for gravity, non-modular. Yeah, but like at the start when they showcased it the first time, they were talking about the multi-tool and like the bigger versions of the multi-tool. But also, what?
Aurora,
you can grab an Aurora?
Nox or something small. So it's like it makes sense that you are able to grab that tiny vehicle or tiny ship.
It really doesn't, because the Aurora has thrust and it has the fucking mass, and you don't have neither of those things. You have boots and gravity and maybe like 80 to 90 kilograms of weight plus the armor and all of that, so maybe 100 kilos. But you have this gun. But yeah, sure.
With the future being somewhere out there, let's actually talk about what we have in plan for 319. We are actually working on the
fuck off. I thought that this was all going to be in 319. Ah, god damn it. Ah, god damn it.
What we have in plan for 319. We are actually working on the entire tractor beam thing in regards to the SRV. But one thing that we noticed while working on it, that we actually have one thing that we could split out and actually bring to
you. Remember when they announced the ship tractor beams and that they said that they were working on it? And I remember, like it was yesterday, they showed 300i, or wasn't the 315? It doesn't matter. And it had like tractor beams instead of guns on the front. And they made a mistake by naming it like as another variant. It doesn't matter. But that was like almost 2 years ago. That was like at least a year and a half ago. Jesus, this is slow.
Working on it, that we actually have one thing that we could split out and actually bring to you a bit earlier than anticipated. And
thank you for that.
This feature is basically item stripping. So you detach items from certain ports.
What is this ship? Am I stupid? What is this ship? Oh no, this is a Gladius, but it's upside down. Jesus fucking Christ. It just confused the shit out of me.
So you detach items from certain...
Dude, it looks so good.
Ports, or you... or more use in like riddles that are done by the level design teams.
Once the vehicle is soft dev or unlocked,
yes, please,
you're gonna be able to, with a tractor beam, find all the good guns and modules like shield generators or life supports or whatever. Detach them,
this was like
put them on your ship, or put them in your cargo hold, and sell them later or use them.
So you will use your multi-tool, the very buffed version of the multi-tool, to be detaching those weapons where there is a new weight limit that the multi-tool can now exceed. There's a new volume that the multi-tool can now exceed to allow you to detach at least.
I'm loving this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm loving this because honestly, Salvage is just not that. Like it's just not done without this. Yeah, hole munching and all of that, sure, whatever. At some point, once
where's my towel?
I don't know. Where is your towel? So the thing is, remember what was that? I don't know why I went so fucking high with remember, but remember Star Wars and episode, I'm gonna say 7, when Rey was basically a scavenger and she was like inside a Star Destroyer or whatever, and she was trying to salvage some parts and like sell them afterwards for whatever. So that's like the kind of the gameplay that I was missing when it came to salvaging in 318. So this is a really good addition, honestly, and I'm loving it. Although, one thing just came to mind. Are you just going to store things in the back? Because as good as it, like, as good as it can be, it's going to be fucking clunky. The physics are going to, like, they're basically broken because of the tick rate. So, and they're going to lower the tick rate. And the FPS on your client. So are you going to store them there, which is going to be like realistical, or are you going to store them in the inventory of the vulture? Like, storing them in the back would be cool, but storing in the inventory would be better for the servers and for the like experience. I'll see
like
it in
the
20
majority
seconds.
of the
Okay.
items. There might be items hidden behind walls that for sure you will not be able to detach from their socket, but all the items.
Shit. Yeah, you will be only able to like salvage certain ships that were released in the past 2 to 3 years, because none of the older ships have physicalized components in them. Therefore, you will not be able to access them. So the Andromeda is not going to be well salvageable. You're not going to be able to like strip the parts. What else? The Cuddy. Shit, the Cuddy. The Cuddy, the... What's it called? The Ninetales or whoever that have the support Cuddy that like swoops in and crashes on landing or lands and then just like doesn't deliver any troops because they're just stuck inside a Cuddy. That Cuddy, if you know what I'm talking about, that Cuddy doesn't have any components physicalized inside, so you won't be able to salvage those components. And there's a lot of those ships, and it would be really good if you could. Yeah, Cuddy landing on another Cuddy. That's unfortunate. Unless they update the Cuddy, maybe?
That are visible, and especially the internal components that are size 0, size 1, and size 2, you will be able to detach from their socket. And if you have a spare, for example, sitting around next to you, you can even exchange them. If you have a shield generator and you notice
That's cool. You can change components on the fly. Dude. Okay, I know that I'm just like gonna sell some like hopium to you and all of that, but like imagine fuck me, imagine like the implications of this are fucking fantastic. So imagine once we get like resource management and all of that, and you're in a big ship and one of the components fail because you're in a fight or whatever, you can just like change it manually on the fly if you have a spare one inside the ship. That's so cool.
For the situation that I'm right now in, it's not good enough, so you can take your multi-tool, grab it, pull it out of the socket, and grab the other one that you have that might be suiting for the situation better, and then just pop it in, and voila, you just changed your shield generator on the fly. For weapons, since they're on the outside, we allow you to detach any weapon that matches the metrics. So I think right now the...
Wait, this was a size 4? No, this was a size 5.
Detach any weapon that matches the metrics. So I think right now the biggest that you can pop out of the socket are size 5 or size 6. Depends a bit on the shape, because
we don't have a size 6 in the fucking game. We can buy them, but no ships can carry a size 6, so what's the point? But this is amazing.
We have different masses.
Do you know how much these sell for? This is crazy. Like, again, I want to live on my reclaimer. But then again, I can't even fucking log into the game.
In different volumes for the different shapes of the different types that we have. So it's a bit dependent there, but what is important to us on the tractor beam are synergies. And what synergies we have is, or we will have with this feature, a way to restock yourself. Like not restocking with physical ammunition, like you have from your ballistic cannons, but at least from missiles.
You can potentially find a ship that's sub-dead or like fully destroyed that has the same time of missile.
Dude, this is so cool. I like... The last year was shit for Star Citizen. The year prior for that, to like last year, was it was okay. Not good, not bad either. Some like really big things were implemented. The heartbeat is like the first thing that comes to mind. They squashed most of the 30Ks. They're back, yes, but I'm talking about like 2021. But this year is fucking promising. Like even without 4.0, which is not going to be released this year, like come on. But this is so cool.
That's sub-dead or like fully
although they have a bug here, like they have a missile just like hovering here, but
destroyed,
sure, whatever.
That has the same time of missile.
It's a
and you can grab those missiles, attach to your own ship, and use them like in the future fight.
In a multi-crew scenario, you can have a friend sitting around with their Cutlass Black full of missiles, and you just take it out of their backside and refill your ship.
With Pyro, obviously, to be much more interesting.
You can already do this with the size 10 bomb from the A2.
Because there's like a more limited shop supplies and all of that. But even right now, it's like a pretty valuable option because a lot of those components are actually pretty expensive.
What we also will allow you to do is...
Wait, EVA Tier 2 Easter egg? Where was it? Where was it?
Not restocking with physical ammunition, like...
this is not it.
You have from your ballistic cannons, but at least from missiles.
You can potentially find a ship that's sub-dead or like fully destroyed that has
yeah, I saw the right side. I saw the
the same time of missile, and you can grab those missiles, attach to your own ship, and use them like in the future fight. In a multi-crew scenario, you can have a friend sitting around with their Cutlass Black full of missiles, and you just take it out.
Oh, you mean that was the Easter egg? Thrust? Roll? No, this is the this is for the tractor beam. This is not for EVAing.
A pretty valuable option because a lot of those components are actually pretty expensive.
What we also will allow you to do is like strip the items off alive ships, but to prevent other players from randomly stealing you the items, we will lock that behind a certain functionality. So right now the discussion is that we will have unlock keybinding that you press, and then you basically allow the items to be detached from their socket.
Yeah, that's good thinking, because your ships spawn, like if you're on Port Olisar or whatever, your ships are going to spawn without a shield. So shield wouldn't help at all. So you need to unlock the ship, basically.
Press the button,
yeah, that's
and
cool. That's good
anyone in your ship or anyone around the ship can then detach the items, either use them on a different ship, on the same ship again, or sell them for profit.
During the Go No Go, there was like a comment that it is a potential exploit if the parts are too expensive. The exploit is that you can spawn your own ship, claim it, and then sell the parts of it, and then reclaim it.
You can do that in 3.18 already with salvaging, and make like some really good money with it.
And then cannot do this loop. It would be counted as a crime right now, I think, but it's like, you know, up to debate. So that's something that's being discussed right now.
There's also the synergy with, which ties in very nicely with the mining update that we have been talking about already last time, which is...
yeah.
You can exchange the mining head on the fly. Not only the mining head you will be able to detach and attach, but also the sub-items attached to the mining head. So if
amazing. So you can just like have the attachments or the consumables in your inventory pull them out whenever you like use one up, so you don't need to go back to all the space stations where you like bought those. That's so cool.
You have,
honestly.
for example, a brand module that just depleted and you have a spare one with you. Just grab your tractor beam, pull it out of the cargo hold and attach it again to the mining head. So you restocked your brand module, for example. Not only we have the synergy now for the mining, but also for refueling. So if you have a Starfarer that has fuel pods and they are empty and you just stumbled over an NPC or another player that has a fully like filled Starfarer.
Do we have NPCs with Starfarers? I don't remember. Yeah, we do, like the UE. Like those were the the original, like before the Hammerheads, they had the UE Navy Starfarers that would be just there and do nothing. But who the fuck is gonna have fuel? Like nobody's refueling in this game. Even the fuel rats from Elite Dangerous who meet an orc here in Star Citizen, and we're waiting for refueling, are not even doing their like game loop because like there's no point in refueling in Star Citizen like right now.
Yeah, you either negotiate to buy one of their fuel pods to get it over and attach it to your ship, or you find another way to actually get the fuel pod with the fuel inside and attach it to your Starfarer, and voila, you have a Starfarer that is now able to refuel other players without you paying any money.
This is not
going to
be like, this is not going to happen in the next patch
for it to be attached to your ship.
We also like have some quality of life stuff.
It will be possible probably, but like, what's the point?
So if you have a gun and you move your mouse left, right, the gun will rotate this way always. Before, rotating was very tricky. Now it's a bit more intuitive, at least from my perspective.
Because we also did salvage with the same concept as we did mining with the sub-items and so on. Yes, you will also be able to detach the sub-items on the salvage head or the salvage head in the future itself and exchange the modules as you like and as needed.
That's cool.
So this is the next step we will take with the tractor beam for 3.19. And there are more to come. What I'm personally looking forward to the most is how it actually ties in with all the other systems. And I think that is also the most joy that I already get with this release for 3.19, which is how it already well interacts with the refueling that we did, with the mining update, because there we talked about how important it is now that the items are fitting the rocks. And now it is like even in our QATR or in our internal play sessions, we now have a fully stacked Cutlass Black with all the mining heads there, and we just swap them out regularly, and it's really fun. It feels like this is how it's supposed to be.
You can have that on the mall and even in the prospectors, so why would you have a second ship there? But
and it's not anymore like this weird like menu gameplay. It's like real, it's physical. You have your tractor beam in your hand, you have the item lying in front of you, you pull out the item from the socket and you attach the new one. So
this is amazing. Like the amount of money that you can make with salvage now is gonna be fucking like impressive. Even without like at this point, I if you don't have a reclaimer, I wouldn't even bother like doing the hull stripping. Just go for the components because that's gonna earn you the most money.
Really looking forward to what you will come up with. So. Right now, we are not trying to limit it too much. We might reconsider that once we see you like breaking.
Or just get a cuddy and like fly around, or an MSR, fly around and try like explore, try finding like ships that player left or that like they crashed or whatever, and just like strip them for components.
Bringing havoc to our game, but for now. Yeah, once 3.19 is out there, be creative, destroy the world, whatever.
So, you know what? Before Jared ends it, I would love if they had forward thinking in the sense of the SRV being useful for more than just tugging ships that are broken or that have no fuel or whatever. I will love if they. So, what do we need right now the most? Because of PS and all of that, we need. Like they actually asked people to clean up after themselves, so we don't have a lot of junk laying around. We have server cleanup and all of that. There's gonna despawn like some stuff that's like next to each other, whatever. But the issue is that the ships that are broken, the hulls of the ships, are laying around the place like everywhere. In 318, in the PTU, because I could play the PTU, I can't play the PU at all. I saw per like point of interest. So let's say our Corp mining area on Daymar, or Shubing mining facility also on Daymar, or like whatever point of interest. I saw at least 2 ships, 2 to 5 ships that were just there. And they were either complete like soft in the soft death, or completely destroyed, or they were just there and left because the player left and the ship didn't despawn. So, what I would love to see is them giving the SRV an actual game loop, and it's going to be a salvage game loop, where you would get the SRV, take it to the points of interest, find a hull or a ship that's broken down, or a ship that was just left over, and tractor beam it all the way to, let's say, a refinery, or maybe like Brio's breaking yard, or whatever it's called, like those salvage yards. And you would have like a hangar there, where you like a hangar would the top would open, whatever, and you can just like toss the hull components or whatever inside, and the hangar will close. You couldn't see what's gonna happen inside because like it's easier to do it like that, and the ship would be munched and you would get some money from it. That's something that I would love to see from the SRV. Salvage is boring. I mean, yeah, it is right now, but it's gonna get better. So I would love to see that, because that would like solve a couple of problems. First off, server cleanup, and the server tick rate will go up, because the server wouldn't really need to calculate all the physics for all the fucking entities around the place. Secondly, the SRV would actually get a game loop. It wouldn't be like what's it called, a Starfarer. Because the Starfarer, yeah, it does have like a functionality, but it doesn't have a game loop because nobody's asking for fuel. And yeah, like I would love to see that. Anyway, let's continue.
What did we learn this week? Well, we learned that tractor beams will add additional functionality to the salvage gameplay that came online in Alpha 3.18, as well as new mining improvements arriving in 3.19. That its scope will continue to expand into better cargo and vehicle options in the releases beyond that. And that now is definitely the winter of our Torsten content. Because he's done like 3 episodes in 5 weeks.
Oh yeah,
4 if you count SCL. I owe that guy a beer.
Okay.
2 for the bad Shakespeare pun I just did. And remember, for continuing updates on the post-launch status of Alpha 3.18, keep an eye on the robertsspaceindustries.com website for details.
Tsukuyomi, we're getting this in 3.19. I don't know what you're talking about.
For Inside Star Citizen,
That's
I'm
the next
Jared
patch.
Huckabee. We'll see you all here next week.
Nice.
You've seen people say that we rely too heavy on beam gameplay. That everything's a beam.
Oh, yeah.
Salvage is a beam.
Yeah.
Mining is a beam.
Actually, we internally joke
Movie
about
is a fucking beam. What do you say to people who say that we're beam citizen?
What? Are they referring to me here? Because I'm calling this game Beam Citizen. I even have a video that's called Beam Citizen, and all I do is talk about beams. What? Also, what?
We're beam citizen.
stuff.
They are right.
What did he say? Oh, that was an applause on my side. I didn't see what that was.
They are right.
Oh, they are right. We are right. Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah. So, a couple of years ago, they were asked, like, why do you only, like, during Star Citizen Live, they were asked, like, why are you only doing beams? And I forgot who said that, but he said something along the line, because it's easy. And that's my problem. This is gonna go onto YouTube as a separate video, so I gotta say this, and we're gonna continue with the stream, but I gotta say this. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all my patrons that are gonna be shown on the screen, for supporting me to, like, get a new PC, so we can get better streams, and so I can actually, like, put out some videos, because Jesus fucking Christ, even the sponsors are waiting on the videos, because I can't fucking make them with this PC at this point for some reason. But yeah. If you want to support me, there's going to be a link down in the description of the video. We also have channel members. You can join on YouTube. Thank you to all the people that joined. And in the end, yes, you have merch. Merch, this is not the merch that I'm wearing. This is the way, but this is not the merch. The merch is really good. It's funny. And check out the store. You're going to like it. And yeah, the quality is really good. Not going to lie, the quality is really good. And I'm, like, wearing it most of the times. And we can end the video now. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space. Mwah. Bye.